Shutter, would you please call the roll, please? Here.
Here.
Here. Before we get started, I just thought for those of you that may not have heard, that were here when we did the rock quarry, the Tennessee Court of Appeals ruled last Friday in our favor on the rock quarry. That company has 6 weeks?
60 days.
60 days. So they have 2 months, 60 days if they decide to appeal it to the Tennessee Supreme Court. That, of course, is their right, but we have prevailed in Chancery Court, and now we have prevailed with the Tennessee Court of Appeals. So I think that's good. Everyone has had the minutes. Does anybody have any additions, corrections, or anything they'd like to add to the minutes? If not, I would take a motion to approve. Motion by Mr. Welch, second by Mitch to approve the minutes. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed, please say no. Does pass unanimously. There are some changes to our agenda tonight. The rezoning request is no longer on our agenda. There are some things that have to be worked out before that. We do not have a PUD thing in our in the county, so you should have some information there for you to take with you tonight. Look over that, become familiar with it, and we can discuss that at a later date. You also have some other information there on things that we've been talking about. So please, look at all that when you have some time, when you're sitting back trying to get over that Christmas meal. That'll give you some good reading material. Under final plats, the first one has been, it's not going to be on, it's been erased from our agenda tonight. The one for Sam Beasley Road. But we do have the next one, which is a final plat approval for a 5-lot subdivision of 5.8 acres by Fleming Homes on Sulphur College Road. Everybody should have some information on that in their packet stuff. Is anyone here representing Fleming Homes? Okay. Please state your name for the, for the secretary.
My name's Bo Agee, Agee Professional Land Surveying. It's my plat you're looking at. If you got any questions, hopefully I can answer them.
Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Agee about this final plat? This is part of the Jerry Helm property that was auctioned off, I believe, last summer. And probably like me have noticed some houses already being built on the front side there on the Highway 25 side. No questions for Mr. Agee? Okay. Rosalie?
Yes, sir. And looking at this plat, he has done all the notation that we'd requested. He has made note of where the nearest fire hydrant is. You do see where the water lines are. And we addressed this the last meeting about the back setbacks, where since all of the soils area are in the back of these lots, we wouldn't necessarily notate a setback there because that setback would put that building envelope in the soils area, which it would not be allowed to be. So you do see the different building envelopes notated there. The side setbacks are notated, and so are the front setbacks. He does have all the different certificates that are required for a final plat. The process that we have in this county would be that all these signatures would be obtained after you approve the plat, barring the planning secretary, and she would not sign this until I have reviewed everything and stamped it with our stamp and initialed it, and then she would then sign off and he would be able to record the plat.
Anybody have any questions for Ms. Rosalie? No questions. Jared?
No, so I think looking, so Rosalie is correct. I did look this afternoon before I left and looked back at our last meeting notes about the rear setback, so my notes there, we'll disregard those. The only question I had was under the subdivision restrictions, I didn't know if there was any information need to be filled in about the if there are any particular lots that need to be filled in there.
They'll probably, once the plat's approved, we'll
Okay.
come up with
that's
subdivision
curious.
regulations. Yeah. I don't think there's any extra restrictions outside of what was when purchased the place, so.
Yeah, okay, easy enough. So everything looks good.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for Jared? No questions. Discussion? No discussion. Do I have any motions? Have a motion by Mr. Nollner to approve this final plat. Do I have a second? Have a second by Mr. Harper. Any questions and or discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed, please say no. Does pass unanimously.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you, sir. Okay. So as I've already mentioned, we do have some discussion items there on food truck. We have some information on that, food trucks, RV parks. I will let the planning commission know that on Friday, interviews were set. The mayor had called me to sit in on the interviews for the building inspector position. We had interviews. What's Mr. Gregory's first name? Rick. The mayor had given Rick Gregory, the applications, and he went through them and then presented the top 3 picks to the mayor. And we had interviews scheduled for 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 2:30. The 10 o'clock didn't show up. The 1 o'clock didn't show up, but the 2:30 did. And the 2:30 interview was with Miss Rosalie. And so we interviewed her, had a good discussion there about the future of that office and hopefully some things, ways to improve it and that type of thing. So now the ball is in the mayor's court. And I think at the next county commission meeting, he will probably make some kind of announcement or something, which that's not until the end of January. They don't meet in December. Right, Mr. Null, y'all not meeting this month, are you?
Yeah, we'll meet in January.
That's what I meant, January, but not this month. Okay. Right. Again, just wanting to update everyone on what's been going on. And so anybody got anything to bring up? Ms. Rosalie?
Yes, sir. I'd like to go ahead and just kind of remind everybody about the training. I went ahead and tabulated everybody's training hours according to your attendance to the various meetings where we had training. The requirement is 4 hours of training for the year. If you are a little deficit in the number of hours that you are needed, you can see up at the top what months we did training. You could go back and watch the video there on the Planning Commission website, and that would fulfill that obligation. I did send out an email with a various link to go ahead and register for your statement of ethics for the state. I'll resend that tomorrow so that it's up at the top of your feed. If you wouldn't mind, please doing that before the end of the year. It's required.
Is there anyone that's never done that before? The ethics? You've never done that? It's pretty simple. If you'll go online and do it the first time and then save it to your computer, then you can just go in each year and update it. You don't have to go through all the hassle of filling it out every year and stuff. But if you have any questions or if anybody needs any help, just contact Miss Rosalie. She'd be happy to help you with it and get that taken care of. Anybody got anything else? All right. I do have one major thing that I would like to talk to you about just for a second, is that I hope each and every one of you have a very Merry Christmas. Be safe if you're traveling. Enjoy time with your family and friends, and have a safe new year. So, anybody got anything else? Have a motion to adjourn? Do I have a second? We are adjourned.